Hey shareholders, it's John and welcome to the April 2024 John Twolfe shareholder meeting. The last one was such a resounding success that I decided to do another one a mere 3 weeks later. I thought that it would be a whole month later, but I think it's not quite that long. When was the last shareholder meeting? Let me see. It was March 5th, 2024. Well, April 2nd, 2024. That's about a month. I don't know why it says 3 weeks ago. In this video, I'll be talking about my thought process behind all the videos that I've uploaded since the last shareholder meeting and talk about my plans for the channel in the future. And I have an unfortunate announcement I must make about the quantity of videos that you'll see on this channel, but it's something that I alluded to in the last shareholder meeting, so it shouldn't come as a complete surprise. Now, with that said, I hope everybody is having a nice casual Tuesday today. I hope you didn't come in your full business suit. Completely unnecessary, as you can see. As CEO of John Wolfe Enterprises, I declare everyday casual Friday, company-wide. You know what? Can I just say something real quick? Actually, wait, before we go into the videos, just go full screen for a second. I love that, like, just to be real, mask off, character off. Real John has entered the room. I love that every once in a while, I'll introduce a bit and you guys will just run with it. A lot of times I introduce bits and they don't go anywhere, and that's fine. Maybe they're not funny. Maybe they just didn't quite hit like I wanted. But sometimes I introduce a bit and you guys are just like, why, yes. That makes perfect sense. We will be taking that now and we will be saying it all the time. Like when I just casually titled the last video shareholder meeting, and you guys were just like, as a shareholder, I approve of this video. And I was like, okay, good. I'm glad everyone is owning it. So that made me laugh. And you know what? It's rare that you guys make me laugh. So don't let it go to your head. So as I stated in the last shareholder meeting, we did some Hypnospace Outlaw, which was a 5-part playthrough, but the videos were quite long. And in fact, I uploaded a lot of long videos this month. The Hypnospace Outlaw videos, they started off like an hour long, but then they quickly got into hour 30, hour 45 territory in 3, 4, and 5. Part of that was because I wanted to upload them before the next Spine Chill episode, so that we could talk about them for book club and for it to make sense. But yeah, I did that a lot this month. Baldur's Gate playthrough continued. We continued with Act 2. And we actually concluded Act 2. I recorded part 41 recently, and I was like, oh, that actually wasn't the end of Act 2. And I'm currently trying to figure out if I should just upload that now or wait to upload it later or what. I might upload it soon than I thought. But yeah, the part 40 was 3 hours for Baldur's Gate 3. Then we had a 2-hour one here, 2-hour one, 145, 2 hours, 145. It's just a lot to be uploading daily. However, for the remainder of the month of March and, as for that matter, the whole year so far, haven't missed a day. There's been a new video every single day, which I've been happy about. But as I talked about in the last shareholder meeting, this is something that I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to be able to keep that up. And I think, after I worked so hard on the last main channel video, which has been doing great, by the way, it's been popping off. It's like my most successful video ever in terms of how many views it has in such a short amount of time. But I had to cram to get that thing done, and didn't miss a video on the second channel during that time, but I probably should have, in all honesty. And I think I'm probably gonna have to back off the daily uploads officially this month. I wanted to get 3 full months under my belt first before I said that, though. We finished out March with a new video every day. And so far in April, there's been a new video every day too, but it will probably not continue that way. And part of that is I want to focus more on the main channel. And in my videos there, I want to upload at least 2 videos on the main channel a month. And right now, I'm not averaging that at all. And so I'd like to get back to that. So that's part of the reason why I'll be backing off a little bit on this channel, but there'll still be lots of videos uploaded. It's just not quite every day. I'll still try to keep it scheduled and regimented though. But I think what might have to happen is just no more double uploads, because even though I've uploaded every day, there's been a few days when there's been double uploads. And the reason for that is because I didn't want to mix up the every other day schedule. You know, like every other day, Hypnospace Outlaw. Every other day, Detroit Become Human. You know, I didn't want to mess up that schedule. And so sometimes I do double uploads of Outlast Trials or Spine Chill Podcast or Escape the Backrooms were double upload days. And I think in the future, you know, we might stick with the double daily uploads, but they might not be exactly every other day, so that we can fit other stuff in and not do double uploads. With that said, speaking of double uploads, we did some Outlast Trials this month with more to come. I'm happy to say there should be a new Outlast Trials video tomorrow, actually. We also did some Escape the Backrooms. This is an old video that I went through and cut up a little bit to make appropriate for this channel. And then there was another Escape the Backrooms video. I've got another one coming up with the same group, Dom, Hayden, and Gigi. For this crew, we'll be doing a Lunch Lady video soon. It's another old video, but I'm uploading it here. And those were great. Those were, you know, they did really well view-wise, which is something that I don't really, you know, full disclosure, I know you're all shareholders and stuff. I don't really care about how the views do on this channel, but it is nice to see, you know, 40K. That's fine, you know, for like a 2-3 hour video that I just kind of threw up here. That's pretty good. And people, you know, the response in the comments was really good to that too. Then I played Alone in the Dark, and this one, like, I mean, this one kind of popped off for the second channel. Not bad, almost 100K. I think it's because there aren't that many people that played Alone in the Dark. I don't think it was super popular on YouTube, so I got a lot of people that aren't familiar with me on that channel, or on that video, which is kind of funny because this isn't like my main channel, so I don't know. It's weird getting new viewers here that know me as John. They like their first exposure to me is as John T. Wolfe. That's strange to me. It doesn't make sense in my head. But yeah, Alone in the Dark, good playthrough that I'm not totally done with yet. I am planning on posting more Alone in the Dark videos soon. I'm gonna go through and do another playthrough as Emily, and it'll probably be a more abbreviated playthrough. Probably what I'll do is I'll go through and kind of speed run it, but it'll still be uncut. We'll get new cutscenes from what I understand, and hopefully we can 100% all the lanyards. But yeah, I would say the main playthrough is over. I also tried something different, and I uploaded a Dead by Daylight VOD, a stream VOD, just a full stream VOD of Dead by Daylight, which I'm hoping to do more of in the future. As some of you know, I did have a Dead by Daylight channel called Wolf DBD, and there's a lot of, you know, I'll post a video there soon talking about what happened with that, but I'll be consolidating Dead by Daylight content onto this channel. So this channel, I'm thinking of it as like anything gaming that I do goes on here. So anytime I stream Dead by Daylight, since this one did so well, I'll go ahead and just upload that here. You know, they might be the daily upload for the day instead of a double upload like this one was. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm also thinking about maybe doing some like Marvel Snap videos or something, just something a little more casual that I can get out. That's something other than like a story-based single-player game, because I want this channel to be more representative of like my overall interests, and I think it might be a good way to do that. So I'll be doing that soon. Yeah, Spine Chill podcast has been continuing. We've got a new book club game coming up for episode 47, Silvio, which was my pick. So there may be, I'm not going to promise it, but there may be a Silvio replay series on the channel. I'm not dedicating to that right now because it is a replay, and I don't know if I want to do like replay series on the channel, because I feel like that opens a whole can of worms, really, of like So you're gonna replay Resident Evil 2 Remake? Are you gonna replay Silent Hill 3? Are you gonna replay? You know, it's like, I don't know if I want to really do that. I kind of want to play. You notice that I'm playing mostly new games on here: Outlast Trials, Baldur's Gate 3, Alone in the Dark. You know, kind of sticking to new ones. Hidden Space Outlaw was a bit of an exception. That game's only 6 years old, I believe, 2018, 2019, maybe 5 years old. But for the most part, and Detroit was a little older too, I guess. But I kind of want to avoid doing too much retro stuff. But at the same time, I'm very interested in retro stuff. Like, I've been kind of fantasizing about doing some like Super Nintendo games on the channel. But I don't know about that. I don't know if I want, because a lot of Super Nintendo games, like, I love them, but they're really long. Like, I'm like, what if I did a Terranigma playthrough? It's like, I don't know. Do I really want to be strapped in for like 40 parts of Terranigma? I don't know. And like I said in the last shareholder meeting, I'm trying to only have one long playthrough at a time. So right now it's Baldur's Gate 3, which we're 3 months into the playthrough and we're done with 2 out of 3 acts. So I'm thinking probably by the summer we'll be wrapped up with Baldur's Gate 3 and we can maybe move on to something else. It's a shame because I'm really enjoying Baldur's Gate 3, really having a great time playing it, and you know, all good things must come to an end. But yeah, thanks to everybody who's been watching that series. Some people commented that you know, the views are pretty bad, which is totally understandable. Like, this is, let me just talk about Baldur's Gate 3 for a second. Full honesty, just to be completely transparent here. Baldur's Gate 3 as a playthrough is flopping, but I don't care. That is totally fine with me if it flops. I've spent too much time in my career killing playthroughs on my main channel for one reason or another. They weren't getting enough views, they weren't getting enough likes, they weren't getting enough you know, just overall traffic or enthusiasm or whatever. And I want this channel to be something different, more about just like what I want to play and not really worry about the numbers at all. Because if I worry about the numbers, then I may as well just post it on my main channel. You know, that's not really what this is about here. And so, you know, 4K views, 5K views, you know, you look at that and you look at the surrounding videos of like, wow, not even 5 digits like these other ones, you know, Outlast Trials, Alone in the Dark, they're killing them. They're killing Baldur's Gate 3 out there. But it's like, it's expected. I knew when I uploaded Baldur's Gate 3 Part 1, it wasn't going to pop off. And that's totally fine. It's not supposed to. I'm playing the game, you know, I started 4 or 5 months after the full release and several years after early access. I'm not doing anything special with it. It's just a blind first playthrough. The thumbnails all look the same. It's uncut footage of a open world fantasy game. You know, there's just so many red flags of like, this is not going to do well on YouTube. So that's totally fine with me. And I'm not going to stop uploading it. I'm not going to not upload games like it again, you know, or I'm not going to like use this as an experience to be like, I'm never uploading a playthrough like Baldur's Gate 3 again, that's for sure. It's totally fine for me how it's doing. In fact, I think it's doing just fine. Like 5K views on part 38 of Baldur's Gate 3, and it's uncut. Like I said, fantasy open world. At this point, if you're on part 38, you've watched like 70 hours of this game and you're still going. I mean, I honestly, there's not that many channels that could pull that off. That's how I like to think about it. Especially channels that don't specialize in this kind of content. So I'm actually pretty happy with how it's going, and you know, we'll see what happens in Act 3. Another 20 videos, maybe. But yeah, that's kind of, hopefully that helps illuminate a little bit about my mindset for Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, as for the future, let me look through my list real quick. I do have a couple of things to note. Let's see. No new releases I'm interested in this month that I know of at this point, but one I am looking forward to is Hellblade 2. Comes out May 21st. And what I'll probably do, I don't know if I'll do this month or early next month, but I do plan on playing the original Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So you can count on that coming before Hellblade 2 because I want to play both of those on the channel. So yeah, I'll try to do Hellblade 2 Part 1 when it comes out May 21st. But before that, sometime, I don't know if it's going to be first week of May, last week of April, when exactly, but it'll be before Hellblade 2 comes out. I'll play the first game. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of plans for this month. Like I said, probably going to do a second playthrough of Alone in the Dark, but that should only be like a couple videos. We'll resume Baldur's Gate 3 in a couple weeks. Other than that, you know, I've got some Outlast Trials to upload. I've got a Lunch Lady video to upload. I've got like some little odds and ends here, but I don't have any like big plans. I will say that playing Alone in the Dark made, and I mentioned this in the playthrough, has made me feel kind of like, what about a Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers playthrough? So I don't know, I might do that. We'll see. Like I said just now, I want to try to concentrate on new games and not retreads of old games, but I'm really in the mood for it, and we'll see. Yeah, that's about all I got for the moment. There might be a surprise playthrough that happens this month, but I don't know what it is yet. It'll just kind of be something that I do by feel of like, you know, it'd be really cool, part 1 of this, and then that's just what'll happen. So sorry I can't give any concrete details about that, but I hope it's at least a little exciting to you that not even I know what it is. Let me think if there's anything else I want to say about John Twolfe. We're doing great on subscribers, 85,000 subscribers. That means that the 100K is coming up like realistically this year, which I was not expecting. So I could get a little fancy silver play button with John Twolfe on it, which I think will be really funny. So thanks everybody for subscribing. Shareholder meeting concluded. Thanks for attending. You guys have perfect attendance so far, and I'm really happy that we're able to meet together like this and get on the same page. So I'll see you in possibly the May 2024 shareholder meeting, but if not, we'll do a Q2 shareholder meeting, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, probably daily uploads are going to stop this month. That's the big headline, or at least double uploads, because out of the 90 days of the first 3 months this year, I have uploaded how many videos? Hang on, let me check. Let me count. Okay, I just counted. I have uploaded 119 videos in 90 days out of the first 3 months of the year. So that means that there were like 29 days that were double uploads, which is, a lot. You know, that's great for quantity, but yeah, it will be slowing down a little bit. I will say, if you're new to this channel, you know, don't be afraid to go back and check out some old ones. For example, if visual novels, we do have full playthroughs of Danganronpa 1, 2, and 3, as well as the 3 Zero Escape games, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, Virtue's Last Reward, and Zero Time Dilemma. And I played all those with my wife, Kimmy, and those have been up for a while now. With the exception of Zero Time Dilemma, they were all recorded years ago. But they're fun games and a good time killer. They're very long playthroughs. Not as long as Baldur's Gate 3 yet, but they're pretty lengthy. So that's just something if you want something to watch. Just a suggestion. You don't have to take it. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Think critically.